¿Cómo estás? Hi. The video you're about to see is a journey into the depths of pain and the heights of hope. I have been very touched by the story I'm about to tell you. Please have a look at this and stay till the end. It's worth it. Good morning, how are you? Very well, thank you. How are you? Échalo encima, vale, perfecto, muy bien. Ahora lo pondré seguro. Perfecto, vale, perfecto. The idea is not to have to go back there every month. So we're giving them as much as we can in one go.
No, nada más que la acaricien ya se quiere quedar.
Ay, qué bueno.
Hay una colchoneta.
¿Colchoneta? No, no hace falta, no.
No,
Damos comida de gato, comidas de gato. De gato.
Sí, de gato, todo de gato. Tiene bastante de gato, ¿verdad? Sí, muchísimo.
Sí, vale, pues dame todo lo que podáis. She doesn't just have 11 cats in her home, but is also responsible for more than 100 street cats.
No en su casa tiene 11, pero tiene 100 gatos de colonia. This is a small association that we help and that I'm helping coordinate the deliveries as well as providing things. It's a small neighborhood organization, beautifully run by a group of 3 ladies that are coordinating, getting things from the neighbors, delivering it to wherever it is needed. It's really great. Chicos, gracias.
Nada, muchas gracias,
¿Cómo estás?
They also helped Thomas rebuild part of the fence to secure the area. Here, apart from dogs, there are also wild boars. It's typical for this region. The police set up a cordon, but it doesn't really hold the fence.
No, it doesn't hold at all.
All the water came in through the back of the house.
Parte de atrás, porque claro, la parte de atrás, que es por donde entró todo.
Thomas, how are you? Are you all right? We've brought supplies for the dogs, the cats, and for you as well.
Okay.
This dog is like a child to me. This dog was found in a bin when he was just 15 days old. He sounded like a baby crying. I've raised him like my own child. This floated as if it were paper.
Wow, and it's not exactly light.
Stuff of mine has been found kilometers away. Thanks to this cable, there's electricity upstairs. This whole area needs to dry out. The water swept away the doors. I'm in shock, I'm telling you. I can't process it.
No. Mira.
Look at the height. This was all underwater.
Entraba, salía, o sea, mira.
You had to wade through waist-deep water.
Con el agua, aquí claro, habían...
Everything here was parquet flooring. There were wardrobes, furniture, everything.
This was parquet?
Yes, all of it.
It tore it all up?
Yes. Look where it is now. Everything is destroyed.
No va nada, no tengo casa.
The only livable part left is upstairs. This was completely full of water,
A rebosar, o sea, era todo como
like a swimming pool, until the wall collapsed and it drained away.
What about the wall at the front of the house? Because the water came in from the back, didn't it?
Yes, it knocked down that wall, and this one too.
Unbelievable.
Thomas was trying to drag my mother upstairs.
Did you all live here? Thomas, your mother, and you?
Yes.
Did your mother sleep downstairs?
Yes, she slept here while we slept upstairs. She was in a chair by the stove to keep warm. The sofa was here. Thomas, somehow swimming or floating, dragged my mother through this area. I was waiting on the stairs for them when suddenly the door broke open and the water rushed in with incredible force, sweeping them both away, making it impossible for them to continue because of the strong current. I don't remember that moment. It's gone from my mind. When the sofa jammed against the front door, I went down. The water was pushing me. I hit the sofa, climbed onto it as best I could, and held on to save myself.
como pude. Me cogí de ahí.
I saw them. They were there, poor things, with no clothes.
Sin nada.
My dogs love me so much. They've stayed with me, comforting me because they know I'm upset. I love them too.
Se la llevó el agua. Thomas la cogió.
Thomas held her and said, "If we die together."
Morimos los dos.
They were here, half drowned. I managed to sit my mother in a chair. Thomas was covered in water up to his chest. She was like this, in a very bad way. When I saw the swelling in her groin, I knew something serious had happened. Branches or a log must have hit her hard, causing internal bleeding. We put her to bed and covered her, but we had no hot water to clean her or warm her up. She stayed in that state until we called for help. I tried to contact everyone, but there was no signal. My daughter has an audio recording of me, heartbroken.
No le entraban ni los audios, ni los mensajes, nada, nada, nada. Era, por favor, Lucía, llama a una ambulancia, la yaya, iba a decir.
We tried to send messages and audios, but they wouldn't go through.
O sea, me tocó llamar al alcalde, al exalcalde.
I called the ambulance, the police, the mayor, everyone, but the signal was barely there.
Mensajes, audios, que no entraban, yo, socorro.
In the end, the civil guard came. They broke down a door to bring my mother out and took her to the clinic in Villa Marchante.
7, 8, no sé cuántos habían aquí. De lujo, nos llevan al ambulatorio de Villa Marchante. Porque el jefe les dice que...
I asked to go to the hospital, but they said they were following orders. At the clinic, they said there was nothing they could do for her there, and that she needed to go to the hospital. My mother was dying. The mayor and the safety and health department people came. They looked at me, unsure of what to do, because all the bridges to leave the village and reach the hospital were closed due to the risk of collapse.
This house is built in a ravine. If this happens again, nothing will be left.
That's right.
Ya tiene camino hecho.
The councillor personally drove us to the hospital, risking his life.
Él mismo,
I owe him so much.
o sea, yo a ese concejal, o sea, le debo mucho, porque él se arriesgó, su vida la arriesgó para llevarnos a mi madre y a mí al hospital.
The town council should prioritize this situation. There's been a victim here. You deserve all the help possible.
Ha habido una víctima y el pueblo debería volcarse en esa víctima.
And most people don't even know about it.
Porque no lo sabe la
We're
mayoría.
staying with a friend who's like a sister to me. She's taken us in during this time. She's incredibly generous.
Esa chica, bueno, o sea, más solidaria no es por ser. Había como una altura de...
Here there used to be a stone structure about 30 centimetres high, with a wooden lattice and some vines.
madera con una enredadera super... Bueno, ya te enseñaré por qué.
The chickens survived by a miracle. How are my little ones? Pavarotti? Dulcinea?
What's this over here?
That's the outdoor cattery. The cats can go in and out through there.
Ah, I see. And what about this other part?
That's the entrance to the indoor cattery.
Me costó casi 2 años terminarlo.
It took me nearly 2 years to build because wood is expensive.
Tiempo,
And bit by bit, I managed it.
era tiempo y dinero.
We also had a sofa here, but it's gone now. Luckily, the cats managed to climb up to safety.
Subieron arriba, mira.
Sí,
Tenemos 2 habitaciones que son gateras.
sí.
We have 2 rooms we use as catteries, and I'd like to redesign them.
Para gatos. Luego me construí
We also want to rebuild the terrace cattery.
una terraza con menos tiempo.
If you could design and carry it out, we'd pay you, of course.
Te pagamos el diseño
What do you think?
y la ejecución.
Perfect. Sounds like a great plan.
She saved them. She's the patron saint of the cattery.
The patron saint of the cattery, of course.
There you have it. The Holy Virgin Mary of the cats. She's responsible so that none of them died. Incredible.
Things are a bit better now. It's starting to look like a home again.
El día anterior a
Just before my mother passed, she woke up as if she were perfectly fine.
y se despertó, pero se
I
despertó
asked
como
her,
si estuviera perfecta.
"Mum, are you okay? Do you feel any pain?" And she replied,
Dice, no,
"No, I'm fine." I held her face and said, "I love you so much, Mum."
te quiero mucho, mamá.
She looked at me and said,
Yo a ti también.
"I love you too." Those words filled my soul.
Esa frase ya, mira, me llenó totalmente, o sea, el alma.
My daughter stayed with me throughout those final days, day and night, taking care of my mother. She was her favourite granddaughter. My mother kept saying, "My granddaughter, my granddaughter." She fell asleep and the next day she passed away.
Me quedó
Even though I'm in shock over everything that's happened, I've found so much humanity.
exacto, me he encontrado con mucha humanidad y eso es decir, bueno,
Something good always comes out of bad situations.
y al final hay que-
We must stay positive.
pero ya he visto cómo he puesto.
I feel so much pain inside.
Es que yo tengo mucho dolor dentro, que eso es muy difícil de sobrellevar y el desastre es, claro, es muy difícil. Pero
But I also have so much to be thankful for.
tanto que agradecer a
From the hospitals, the doctors, the nurses, everyone treated us like family.
todos los hospitales, o sea, el hospital de Giria, los celadores y celadoras que me arroparon como si fuera, o sea, una familia, o sea, lo mismo, o sea, esta chica no está bien porque sabemos que no está bien, está en shock, se le nota, vamos a tenerla aquí con nosotros.
I remember how, after days of holding it together, I finally broke down and cried.
Me arroparon.
I couldn't take it anymore. The pressure, the pain.
Entró a mí y empecé que no podía respirar, llorando. Y decía, ay, chiquita, si ya
People
decíamos,
said I seemed too composed, but at some point it had to come out.
estabas demasiado entera, por algún sitio tenía que ser, claro, eso fue un día. Luego otra vez fuerte, porque de ahí el Samo a la fe. Y la
My
fe,
mother was in a
claro,
critical condition.
operándola,
The doctors at Larkhill Hospital did everything they could,
Subía, me decía Belén, estamos haciendo lo que podemos, pero necesitamos meterle mucha sangre a tu madre.
but they couldn't save her. It was very hard, but during that time I met some wonderful people.
El desenlace fue eso. Pero bueno, a raíz de todo eso conocí gente maravillosa. Es que no me salen ni las palabras. Ni las palabras. O sea, maravillosas. ¿Qué puedo deciros?
I can't thank them enough.
Corto.
Pues
Madre mía de la hora hermosa.
this is all for you. Both cars are packed full. Vale, entonces
my God.
pues aquí tienes todo esto.
Wow, fenomenal.
Varias garrafas de agua y tal, y
Jolín,
así.
muchas gracias.
Uy, mira, si ahí están todos los gatos.
Uy,
Madre mía, 3, 4,
Llévales a
5.
ellos.
mira mis chicos, que ya tienen comidita. Mira, mira mis amores. ¿Dónde están mis amores? Venid, venid, venid. Se ha caído. Ay, 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 ay. Venga, ¿tenéis agua? ¿No os ha puesto el papi agua? A ver, pongo yo. Tiene la garrafa aquí, pero el bebedero se ve que ayer de la lluvia se ha volado. Voy a por uno.
Grábalo.
Mi amor,
Estoy
ven,
aquí.
ven con la mami, ven. Es que a este le gusta comida húmeda. Este está pidiendo ahora una lata. Ahora te pongo, cariño mío. Ahora te pongo comida. Ven, ven, ven con la mami que te va a poner. Ven. Ven, mira, mira, ven. Ven, mi amor. Ven, cariño mío. Ven, 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 mi amor. Ven, que la mami no te va a hacer nada. Ven.
¿Se servirán? Es que no sabía si necesitabais. Sí.
Voy a ir yo descargando ahí, ¿vale?
Vale, Nico, venga.
Ángeles de la guarda. Y yo tengo ese gatito de ahí arriba. Ay, mira el tapo, ¿dónde está? Así veréis cosas nuestras de la casa.
Ya, ya.
Imagínate la fuerza de mi casa. Pero es que si ves la parte de atrás de casa, mira la valla.
Look at how the fence is buried.
Mira cómo está la valla.
Anda, que está aquí.
Sí, mírala,
Vaya tela.
mírala.
And the white stones we had as decoration are scattered everywhere.
En las jardineras.
¿Qué dices? ¿Que todo esto era a
Claro, a
continuación?
raíz de donde está el...
This slope wasn't this steep before.
Y ha hecho un agujero
It's at least 3
de
meters now.
unos 3 metros.
Nadie dijo que iban a haber inundaciones. Nadie dijo que iban a haber...
No one warned us about the floods or the overflow.
Nadie. Cuando la EMET sí que...
The weather department knew,
Y lo sabían.
but who pays the price?
Las consecuencias. Me abandonan a gatos. Que me toca castrar, esterilizar o llevármelos porque me los dejan bebés.
This car will stay with you for the time being. It's a great car, and Jairo has had it for years.
I'm in shock. When you're in shock, it's like you don't react. We've been given a car.
Until you get back on your feet. Take good care of it.
Ahí lo tenéis. Lo cuidáis, ¿eh? Cuidáis.
Don't let the river take it away.
Este es mi segundo hogar.
Ay,
¿Cómo estás? Bienvenidas a la peli.
I'm trying to stay busy. I work in environmental conservation, but there's no funding for it.
Muy bien.
He trabajado aquí en el ayuntamiento también, pero no hay dinero para medio ambiente.
Do you know how many palm trees we have? 60. They need maintenance.
Yo soy súper barata.
I do it for very little money.
We'll pay you what it's worth. This isn't charity.
Con tío especial, todo es una operación, hay que hacerlo bien.
We've known each other since I did my forestry internship back in April or May.
Abril, mayo, junio.
Os hicisteis amigas.
Do you remember the day they cut down that pine tree that was about to fall? Well, I'm a chatterbox, so of course we started talking. I said to you, I have some space here, and I'd love to have some chickens. And you replied, well, I'll give you some. I've got 2 I'm raising. While you prepare the coop, I can bring them over. Not long after, you brought me 3. First, it was Pavarotti and Dulcinea, their sisters. Then 2 more came from a neighbour. That's how it started.
And then a natural disaster hit, and you thought of this woman you knew.
Yo conozco aquella chica y pasó.
And you invited them to stay in your home.
Of course, absolutely, as long as they need.
How long have you been here now?
3 days. 3 days. But she was helping me while I spent 6 days in the hospital with my mother. She helped Thomas, bringing him food and clothes, cleaning, and taking care of him, me, and my mother. She didn't just focus on us. She helped as many people as she could. She went above and beyond.
Guys, you're incredibly lucky to have such a mum. Very lucky.
Imagine my situation. I thought none of my animals would survive. I've got a little farm with goats, chickens, and ducks. I was amazed that they all made it through. The ducks were happy swimming around, even with the thunder. I remember walking over here to where Nikki and Daisy were, thinking, my goodness, they're so happy. The goats were safe inside the barn. Then I thought, oh no, how's Belen?
How I love you. I already consider you family. You are family.
con esas zapatillas es que claro, las hacen solas.
Con esas va a volar.
Que vaya
Bye.
bien.
Chao, chao.
Bye bye. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias.
Nuria.
Nuria.
Hasta luego, Nuria. Adiós.
Chao.
Bye, bye.
Os veo el lunes. No, ayudaros a todos. Os veo el lunes. Después ya os veo el lunes, ¿eh? ¿Vale? Vale.
Hasta luego.
Chao. I am incredibly touched by the story of Belen and Thomas, and I have promised that we're going to give them a hand. I want this video to be a push out of a deep, deep hole that this family, by no fault of their own, found themselves barely 3 weeks ago. Please, if you can, if you think that it will be a good idea to help them, just please donate, because everything that is raised today will be going to Belen and Thomas. Thank you very much.